Namaskar, dear devotees and friends. Today, this Wednesday evening, we'll be studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and that we will continue with the discussion the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was having with his disciples. It is mainly about the doctor. He was completely a different type, almost like agnostic. We can say he was not believing in God. Then he came to check up his patient, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, and then slowly, the conversation that is to go on with the doctor and the other devotees, slowly he developed a type of faith, we can say, and that was very unique. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna was appreciating the mental condition of Dr. Sharkar. So before we start, let us chant this mantra. Tavo kathamritam tapta jivanam kabhi bhi riditam kalmashapaham sravana mangalam srimadatatam bhuvi grinanti e bhurida janaha. Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning that is Dr. Sharkar's attitude. What is that? Seeking God alone and not his wealth. This is called pure love. And we are reading from the page 894-95 of the Gospel of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Now, when the Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning about the pure love usually, we all know, even a baby can understand the love of the parents, particularly the mother. We all know about that. But when we love God without expecting anything in return, neither the success, nor the name, fame, physical comfort, nothing, just a love, that is called pure love or swatik love. It's very, very rare. Because everything goes with the selfish agenda. So we always think that that these are the things that we should receive, we should get, and then only we will do this and we will do that. But the pure love for God, not for human being. So when we love a human being, even we are dedicating completely, we won't get the complete satisfaction. Why? Because it's a human being. A human being naturally is having the different defects and cannot give back the complete, the pure, the blessings which God can give. And what is that blessings? A tremendous joy, tremendous happiness. You know, in the life of the Vishnu Priya, the wife of Sri Chaitanya, when the master, Lord Chaitanya, he left the hearth and home, he became the sannyasin. And in those days, naturally, the Vishnu Priya, his wife, could not come out. Others could come, they could see, they could go to the Odisha to see him, meet him, but she could not. What she did, she stayed in a room and started taking the name of God, which was given to him by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that, and she took up that as a mantra, and she used to do that. And to practice the austerity, she imposed on herself that I will take that much of rice, as many names I will utter today. So every day she used to utter, say, 1,000, 10,000, 50,000. That many rice she used to pick up, and that she used to cook, and after offering the God, she used to eat that much. So we can imagine how she was practicing the austerity, and obviously this is pure love. Not that let the husband come back, let the husband love me, let the husband give attention, nothing like that. And slowly, she became very, very purified, because God's name always purifies the mind. So that is Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning. This is called pure love. When a man develops pure sattva, he thinks only of God. The theme is that we are going to discuss on that, the sattva guna. The sattva, that is a very special type of quality. Hinduism, they always believe in that, and Hinduism, they think that whole world has been created with three different qualities. What are the qualities? Sattva, Raja, and Tama. That way they describe Sattva, Raja, Tama. Sattva is the best, of course, and the Sattva, Raja, Tama, these are the three qualities, and permutation and combination of these three, all these human beings and the beings have been created. Those who are very ferocious type of people and the animals, they are of course of that the lowest way, Tama guni. The Tama and Raja and Sattva, Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, particularly in 17th chapter, he has given in details about these three gunas. Why a whole chapter has been dedicated to explain these three gunas, and one after another. We'll be quoting from the Bhagavad Gita today and to reminds us, because that is very, very important. Those who are thinking to realize God, those who are in the practices of the spirituality, many are there, and they get up in the morning, they go and take the name of God, and they do this, do that, but no much of progress. Why? Because we do not know what are the things we should not we should not practice, and what are the things we should. So this is very, very important according to the scripture. That's why they say, how you will go? They say, according to the scripture. And what is that scripture? And that we find that the Arjuna is asking, and he said, according to the scripture, you must practice. In the 16th chapter, almost at the end, it mentioned in this way that you must go according to the scripture. Tashmat Shastram Pramanam Te. In the 28th mantra of the Bhagavad Gita, 16th chapter, that is the last sloka, last verse. Tasmat, therefore, Shastra Pramanam Te. This is very important. Who is the Guru? Shastra. And what is Shastra? Aptabhakya. What is the Aptabhakya? Those who have already realized the truth, it is their injunction, it is their advices. Now, who is here giving us the advices? Bhagavan Sri Krishna himself. He is the God himself. So his words are the Aptabhakya, and that is why it is the Shastra Bhakya. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Akarya. So what you should do, what you should not do, you must follow the scripture. It's not whoever has given something and we must follow that. Nothing like that. As some of the, what's called the sadhakas, some holy people, they tried the life in that, and then some people, they followed him, they made a group, a cult like the thing, and they thought, oh, our Guru's words are final. No, not like that. He has given you some idea, but you have to follow the scripture. What is the scripture? It is the Upanishad and Bhagavad Gita and the other Vedanta and other scriptures like the Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc. So scripture is very, very important. And in the Hinduism, there are so many varieties. Those who are following the dualistic path, they have their so many scripture. Those who are following the Tantra, they have their scripture, the Yamala and all. And those who are following the Advaita Vedanta or Vedanta, we can say, they have many. And then the explanations of those, The scripture we have to follow. And here in the Bhagavad Gita, in the 16th chapter, last sloka, Bhagavan Krishna mentioned, you must follow according to the scripture and develop your spiritual life or continue your life according to the scripture. Tashmat Shastra Pramanam Te. And in the 17th, and we find that the Arjuna is asking a question. In reply to that question, he is going on giving the answer. Trivida bhavati sraddha dehi namsa swabhavaja sattiki rajasi chaiva tamasi chetitam srinu. In the Bhagavad Gita, 17th chapter, second verse, second mantra. Why it is mantra? Sometimes it's called as mantra. Why? Because if you are remembering and you are practicing it, not only remembering, not only memorizing. Many children, they have memorized it and the whole 700 verses they can chant. That is a good thing, no doubt. But not only this, you have to understand the meaning of every verses. And when you understand the meaning, and then ponder over that and develop your character on that, that is called mantra. Because all the weaknesses that we are having, it goes away slowly in that way. So that is called Shastra Pramanam. The Shastra Pramanam te. Trivida bhavati Shraddha. Shraddha means here the three different type of impressions that the human being are having. What are those? Dehinam means those who are having the soul, the body, their svabhavaja. What is their character, svabhava? Swattiki, rajasi, cha eva, tamasi. Cha means and, eva, also, tamasi. The sattva, sattiki, rajasi and tamasi. Sattiki is the best. Rajasi, mixture of this good and bad. And tamasi, only bad. Only good, only bad, and mixture. We human beings actually are the mixture mainly. So we have to understand and slowly we have to give up the lower one, the tama, then second one, then we have to go to the sattva. Bhagavan Sri Krishna, he was having a conversation with his friend and disciple and Uddhava. He was asking, and then in the conversation he said, Uddhava, develop your sattva guna. Whoever is trying sincerely to realize God or to follow the path of religion must develop sattva guna. The sattva guna, when we achieve the sattva guna, and then it becomes easy to give away all other bondages and merge with the Supreme. Either you going to the heaven and become living with the God, or you are going according to the Advaita Vedanta, merging with the Atman and Brahman. Those who are of Sattik nature, they worship only God. What other they do, that description is also there. The others, Rajaguni, they will, Yaksha. What is the Yaksha? Those who will give the wealth, name, fame, success, they will worship those idols, those gods and goddesses. But the Sattva-guni go only for those who are pure type of God. So that is why this difference. And Tamogunis, they go and worship only the ghost and others. Why? If they are having the power of the ghost, then they can capture these, they can control that. They want the power to capture other things in this world. Rajaguni and Tamaguni, their object is to get the name and fame and the other benefits of this worldly life. So they are different. They will go to the temple of God, but their prayer is different. And they will go to the holy places, take a dip, but their prayers are different. They only want their own success and then the power, etc. But the Sattik people, they will never ever do that. They only want God. They love God and not the God's power. So this is the difference. The Sattva, Raja and Tama, of course the worst one, they always want that others should be punished, others should be in difficulty so that I enjoy. Raja, they are very egoistic. They should be successful. Even others are there is okay, but they should be under him or her. But the Swatika never thinks about all this. The Sattva Guna gives away this creation and goes to the Creator. It says, Trividha Bhavati Shraddha. Shraddha means the impressions, different type of karma that we do. How the Sattva, Raja, Tama, three type of qualities are coming. And we cannot deny it, you know. If you look at our personal life, you will find the three brothers of the same parents, in the same family, same schooling, same the way of growing up. But when they grow up, their natures are completely different. One is very kind, is always helpful, always prayerful, gentle. Another is egoistic. Even if they help, they will go on reminding you that I helped you, I helped you. And third one, obviously will not do any help, rather create problem in your life. Why? Where from it came? The same parents. You cannot deny that there is previous births. Otherwise, where from this impression came? The same society they grew up, same schooling, same type of culture. Then how these qualities that developed? And that proves the previous births. From the previous births, the impression came. So because of the good work, good thought, good deed, good impression, it becomes Swatik in this life, and Rajasic and Tamasic. So it says, Trividha Bhavati Shraddha Dehi Nam Sa Sabhavaja. Sabhava, it becomes their character, their behavior. Now this Yajante Satika Devan, and in when they worship the God. And Swatik practice austerity secretly. When they are practicing the austerity to realize God, they will practice it very secretly. But the Rajasic and Tamasic, they do in a completely different way. Then why they do in that way? Because Sattvanurupa sarvasya Shraddha bhavati bharata. According to the Shraddha of every man or the character in this way. And we find over here in that the 17:5 it says, Ashastra vihitam ghoram tapyante e tapujanaha dambha ahamkara samyukta kama raga balannitaha karshayanta sharirastam bhuta gramam achetasaha mamchaibanta sharirastam nanti, like this, nishchayan, adrupa nishchayan. Those men who practice violent type of austerities. And the scripture is not allowing these violent type of austerities. Some people will be standing, raising the one hand, and slowly, of the many years, they are holding the hand upward and tightening, and by that way the hand become very lean and they cannot utilize that hand. What is the purpose? Why they are doing this? So that is the reason it says it is not the injunction of the scripture. It is not the body that you should torture. Some of the people, they are torturing their bodies. They'll be walking on the burning charcoals. On the fire, they will be walking. And they will burn themselves. They'll be beating themselves. And why? Inside the body, there is God. And the God is mentioning there, Mamchai Banta Sharirastam. I, the consciousness, I am there inside. They do not know. They are beating their own body and torturing their own body, creating problem for me even. So what is the scripture says? You must practice austerity. And what is the austerity? Tapasya. Try to put your mind constantly in the thought of God. Go on thinking of God. Mind will go here, there, everywhere, all the time. You have to collect the mind and put it back to God, back to God, back to God. So this is the way the austerity one should practice. And sometimes you may say, well, I should not. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, it is better that you should eat less at the time of night food, the dinner, so that you can get up early morning and fresh, so you can meditate in the early morning itself. That was his teaching. But he says in the daytime you should eat sufficiently so that your body becomes strong. So this is the different way we have to understand. Ramakrishna mission, they always say, as Bhagavan Buddha also understood and then he propagated, Madhya Pantha, Acharaniya. That you should not be extreme and you should not be completely loosened. No, in between. Madhya Pantha. And that will help you. Why we are discussing now all these things when we are reading the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna? Because Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also instructed in this way, just like the Bhagavan Krishna, that we have to develop the Sattva guna, and the Sattva guna that goes beyond the Raja and Tama, and unless you understand what is Raja and Tama, how you will think that no, I am not going to practice those. That is why we should know what is Raja and what is Tama. Even in the austerity, there is Rajasika and Tamasika. Tamasika, they torture their bodies. I have seen in the sometimes that's called chadak in Bengal. The chadak, a group of people, they will be putting the nails in their body and the hooks. Then they will be hanging, and that way they will go on thinking the Lord Shiva. My God, thousands will come to look at that, but those who are practicing, you can imagine how much pain in their body. I do not know how they bear that pain. So that is it necessary? Because Shiva is a god of love, god of knowledge. So if you are just praying to Shiva, going and meditating on Shiva, is it not sufficient? So this is the way we have to understand. It is not the body, it is my mind. So higher way of thinking means you have to slowly develop. How you can develop? By understanding the scripture. So the scripture is very, very essential, and those who are practicing violent austerities, not enjoined by the scripture, they given to that hypocrisy. They are because some people they will come and look at this man. He's not eating anything. He's standing all through in one on his one leg. These people will appreciate that. So because of that, but is it necessary? So this is we have to understand. Then it says, even the food also dear to all the three kinds. Aharasropi sarvasya trivido bhavati priya. What are the three qualities? Sattva, Raja, Tama, food. So one should read the 17 chapters especially to understand the three qualities and try to follow the Swatik qualities. What is the Swatik type of food? Particularly in the Indian society, they are very crazy about the food. And you should not eat this, you should not eat that. There are many opinions are there. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is very clear about that, and some people may not like it. That is up to them. But food actually nourishes our body and very less influence on the mind. Mind's food are completely different. What we see, what we hear, what we smell, what we touch, and finally what we taste. These are the 5 ways we earn food, collect food, eat food for mind. It is not only taste. So what we do, we are controlling the taste only and thinking some people according to their own taste, and they have put that on whole society. And you like that, it is up to you. But why you are putting it on the whole society in the name of religion? And not only that, they will be violent if you are not following it. So who are you to? They don't understand that. And by that way, they are going away from the God. Ayu, Satta, Bala, Aragya, Sukha, Priti, Vivardhanaha, Rasa, Snigdha, Sthira, Ridya, Ahara, Sattika, Priyaha. The foods that augment vitality, energy, and vigor, health, joy, and cheerfulness. And like this, if you taste it, you like it, it is your food. And what are the other foods? You will wonder the food that are bitter, sour, saline, overhot, pungent, dry, and burning are like the Rajasika. These are all Rajasika food. And Tamasika, which is stale, tasteless, sticking, cooked overnight, and refuse and impure is the food liked by the Tamasika. So you have kept the rice and the dal under the water and allow it to ferment, and then you are eating it. According to the Shastra, that is Tamashika food. So, but you like it, so you're eating it. One or two pieces are nothing. So this we have to understand. So it should be very practical. That those food that gives you the joy, the happiness, nourishment for you, that is okay for you. That is the food. So Sattva, Raja, Tama in every way. How one should do the worship, and Vidhi-hinam, Mantra-hinam, and Adakshinam, the way you are worshipping. Then when a monk goes to somebody's house, and they are supposed to pay his up and down fare, and not only that, a little money as his pranami, as we call it, in his honor, because he also needs some money to look after himself. In exchange, he is giving you the philosophical teaching and the morality. He is practicing that and he is teaching that. So he is reminding you. So if you like it, when you are inviting, it is supposed to give. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna goes to somebody's house, and their parents were good, but now these young people, their sons, they are not paying any attention to Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. They are socializing. When some rich men are coming, some known society people, so they are giving much attention to them. Bhagavan himself, the God himself, the Sri Ramakrishna himself, now whom we are trying to see within our heart in meditation, he himself was present in the full body. And look at these unfortunate souls, they are not giving any attention to him. But the Sri Ramakrishna is waiting, and then they're slowly asking them to give the food, and they somehow they send some food through the hand of the maid servant, and not they themselves didn't bring any food, so it was not an honor, the honoring way. But anyway, Sri Ramakrishna took a little portion of it so that they should not get the bad result of their karma. So friends, these are the incidents that we read in the life of Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna. Not only that, he was insisting that you should pay me up and down fare. A little money they gave, and in a funny way he is mentioning it. But we do not understand that what actually, this is very, very important. Sometimes when you go to somebody's house, they invite some other friends also. And some of the friends, they will be inside the room in the kitchen with the ladies, and they'll be talking with that, and they're just having fun and all that. Will never ever come to meet the holy man who has come, to listen to him, to talk to him. No. Why? Oh, that is not, it is not necessary. So this is called karma phala. So all this rajasika or tamasika way. So sometimes I go, I see that, I try to talk to them, but you can clearly see the Swatika, Rajasika, and Tamasika lifestyle. Why? Because of their past birth. Some are so, they will come, they will worship, ask you to sit, and the very humble way, they will offer you a seat and then the food, and they will come and sit at you, close to you, and they listen to you. And then others of the same family, they won't. Only as a courtesy, they will go, oh, welcome, sir. Okay, like that. So these, when we learn from the Sattva, Raja, Tama, from the very details in the Bhagavad Gita, 17 chapter, we should read it. Why? Because that will give us a clear idea. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, in one line, he is just reminding us, mentioning here, when a man develops pure sattva, he thinks only of God. He thinks only of God and nothing else. Friends, this only of God is so really difficult. If you are not sattik, you will never be able to think of God. There is a beautiful story in the ancient sages of the Greek churches. This is Russian churches. There are some stories are there, and that they also used to have very pure type of practices. The Philokalia is the name of the book, which is also available. Philokalia. There is a story that one gentleman, he was listening to the talk, and the father from the pulpit, he said, have the company of Jesus, always have the company of Jesus. Then he was thinking, company of Jesus, how it is possible? Jesus is not here in the body. So how to get Jesus? So he went after the talk to get a clarification. Then the father said, oh no, I don't have time to discuss. You better go somewhere else. And this gentleman went on asking one after another the preachers, can you please explain this sentence? Have the company of Jesus, what does it mean? Then in that way he was going on. Then ultimately he reached, that is, as the story says, that he, in a village, in a dilapidated church, is a very old, the father was there, and when he asked the same question to him, he said, you better stay here in this village, and then I can teach you. He took up a job over there, started staying there, and came back to the father. Then the father said, you pray to Jesus in this fashion for, say, 500 times. And after 7 days you come. And then he said, it is so easy to repeat the 500 in 1 hour, I can complete. What I am going to do with the whole day? Then he said, okay, increase it to 5,000. Then increase it to 10,000, increase it to 20,000. And by that way, if you are going on repeating the name of God and praying to God, you are thinking of God. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, God's name and God are the same. God's name, holy name, and the God are the same. So when we are uttering the name of God with devotion, with prayer, be within my heart, be with me all the time, then the grace of God comes, and that is called Swatik way of prayer. And we do big the procession with these and that is Rajashika. That is necessary maybe once in a while so that all people can join. But this is Swatika. And the Sattika people, as Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna described, they'll be sitting on their own bed and then doing the meditation and japa. People won't understand. They will think, oh, he is sleeping. But the Rajashika won't do that. He will come after changing the clothes and all that, and before others, little show up is necessary for the Rajashikas. They want to show the people that they are meditating. So they, if necessary, they will take some photograph of that and all that. So this is the way the Rajashika goes. And Tamasika, bad. So this, the way Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is mentioning, he does not enjoy anything else. Some are born with pure sattva as a result of their prarabdha karma. As we in the Bhagavad Gita we were referring, and according to their prarabdha karma. So the karma that we perform, that we do, and in this life I may be very good, but still something is not good with me because I did something bad in my previous life. Prarabdha, purve arabdha. I have earned that in my previous life. Now, whatever has been done and done, whatever I have already triggered and the bullet is out, I cannot control that bullet. So it is called prarabdha karma. So when the arrow is shot and it is already in the air, it's moving, I cannot stop it. So that is called prarabdha karma. But I can control the present. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, now you can control your present karma. And in present karma, that we perform in three different ways. First through the physically body, and through the words, and also in thought, you have to control it, purify it, and be sure that it is not hurting others. And the bad type of thought should not be there. So when we are thinking in this way, the physical action and the mental action and also the words, then you are becoming purified. And when you are becoming purified, automatically the swattva, when it is swattva, you only think of God and nothing else. And when you go on thinking of God, what happens? You become full of joy, happiness, because God is the source of joy. And you become completely free from fear. Why? Because you know that I don't have anything in this world to lose. So this is the way Bhagavan is teaching, and he is mentioning, through unselfish action, one finally acquires pure sattva. That's why Swami Vivekananda introduced karma yoga. Now, majority of the Hindu monks and the Hindu the monasteries, they are doing some sort of karma yoga. Before Vivekananda, of course, it was there right from the time of Sri Krishna. A whole chapter has been dedicated by the God, the karma yoga. He taught, and but majority people they didn't practice, maybe because of the influence of the Buddhism. Dukkham, dukkham, sarvam, dukkham, everything is because of the work, and the dukkha is coming, the suffering is coming, so don't do any work. As a wrong way of understanding an excellent message of the God. Those who were analyzing that and propagating that, they were wrong. So for thousands of years we forgot that. And in the very modern time, Swami Vivekananda and Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharadamani Devi, they not only propagated that, they practiced also in their own life. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's that unique teaching. If you can see God by closing your eyes, can't you see God with your open eyes? That is Vedanta. If the consciousness is present in everything, if you term it as God, if God is present in everything, then why you think that you have to go only to temple or church or synagogue or the other holy places only to find out God? God is everywhere, in every human being. And Swami Vivekananda in that beautiful poem in Bengali he mentioned, Jibe prem kare jei jan, shei jan shebiche ishar. Those who are worshipping the living beings, helping them in all different ways, they are worshipping the living gods. Shei jan shebiche ishar. He is serving, worshipping the God. This is the beautiful way, unique way, is a practical Vedanta. The Neo-Vedanta they call, this is called Neo-Vedanta, practical Vedanta. At the time of Shankaracharya, it was not necessary. Society used to look after all their members. But then afterwards, different things happened. Socio-economical and political scenario changed. After Shankaracharya, many the years passed. The whole Indian socio-economic and political the scenario changed. So in the modern time, it was Swami Vivekananda again, who gave a new way of Vedanta, the Vivekananda's Vedanta, Sri Ramakrishna's Vedanta, a practical way of understanding Vedanta. He said, have the self-confidence. It is not ego. I am part and parcel of God and I am the God. That way, if you are thinking, you should have the self-confidence. And when you are having the self-confidence in yourself, you should have the same respect for the others also. And that is called Neo-Vedanta. And this, they said, from it spring the conceit of doing good to the world. When you are practicing the Sattva, so what happens? It says the pure Sattva mixed with Raja diverts the mind to various objects. From it springs the conceit of doing good to the world. To good to the world is extremely difficult for each an insignificant creature as man, but there is no harm in doing good to the others in an unselfish spirit. In an unselfish spirit. And doing good to the world, when we do, many they do, particularly those who are in the society, you will find some of the society ladies, they are always out of emotion, they will do, few days they will do, and then they will have the misunderstanding among themselves, then the whole work is overdone and they won't do anything. This goes on. We have noticed in many places. But that is not the way one should help. Oh, they are poor people, let us help. There is an imagination and they do not know how to help. So these are not the Swatik way of doing work. What Swami Vivekananda gave us, this is called Karma Yoga. What particularly the Ramakrishna Mission monks and Sharada Mission, the nuns are trying to do, it is purely Karma Yoga. What is the Karma Yoga? Devotees also they practice Karma Yoga. We are going to be united with God through work. But the work binds. No, this work won't. Why? Because I am not doing work. I am worshipping. When I do the work and I expect the result from them, that binds. I am helping you, you should remember me, and then in future if I need any help, you should also reciprocate, come back and help me. No, it is nothing like that. The Ramakrishna Mission never expect anything from anyone when they are giving them the education or the health care or some counseling and in different way helping them to stand on their own feet. And they don't expect anything in return. Thousands and thousands of ex-students are there. But we don't want anything from them. If they come, it is good. If they help, it is good. If they remember us, it is good. But if they don't, that is also good. There is no problem for us. So that is because of we never help a person. We serve a God. But when we are serving accordingly, we have to do. Now there is a patient, and I have to operate him because that is necessary. Or give him the injection that is necessary for him. So it may say, oh, how come that you are torturing your God? We are not. We are taking care of the living gods. So that is way we have to understand. So when the Karma Yoga, we do, what happens? That is called unselfish action. It is highly beneficial for a person to try to perform such action. Highly beneficial. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he is mentioning Without action, you cannot see it, because when in the past birth you have already completed all these and you have taken birth only to get the liberation, and you are having pure Sattva guna, no question. That is a special type of souls. They are very, very few. And then some of us, by the grace of the previous birth and the God, we have understood that there is God, and we have to realize God which is within ourselves, and by that way we can go beyond all the sufferings. Attantika dukkha nivritti. Friends, last 50 years we are having a monastic life. And thousands of people, by the grace of Mother Thakur, we have seen, because of the Ramakrishna mission, sometimes the school, sometimes in the other work, other field, so many varieties of people. Sometimes they are very rich, sometimes they are poor, sometimes they are highly educated, sometimes they are not, sometimes very known people in the society, but suffering everywhere. Our experience is suffering everywhere. And not only them, some of the monastic brothers also who became the monks. We started our life, but in between someone, they could not continue. Ego entered into them, they misunderstood the Ramakrishna mission, they left the order. Many of them are suffering. And that is the way we notice that suffering everywhere. And how to overcome the suffering? Best way, we cannot sit quietly, because by nature and from the past birth, we are having the Rajaguna and also Tamaguna, but we are having the Sattva Guna. And because of the Sattva Guna, we have come to this fold, and we understood by the reading the scripture and also the gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, which is the Panchama Veda. We have understood that this is a great opportunity for us to go beyond this suffering. Attantika dukkha nivritti. In Sanskrit they say, go beyond the suffering of everything. There will be no suffering at all. How? The simple way Swami Vivekananda introduced Karma Yoga. And this Karma Yoga is not alone, mixed with Jnana, Bhakti and Dhyana. It is not the karma that we are doing, it is the Jnana. Because I am not serving a human being, I am serving living God, Jnana. And then constantly I am devoted to Him, taking care of Him or her. So that is Bhakti. And of course the karma, when the action is going on. And when I am constantly thinking that I am serving a living God, I am meditating. So all the four yoga coming together, and that is giving us Sattva Guna. That's why Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said, it is highly beneficial for a person to try to perform such action. But by no means all succeed, for it is very difficult. Why? Because the moment you do some work, immediately appreciation start coming. In a society will call you and give you, oh, we have done so many wonderful things, so please receive. So there will be, as a gratitude, the society will give you different type of recognition. Then you bring those recognition, your pictures are there in the newspaper, and people appreciating you. High society people are coming to take your signature or the picture, and then you are hanging those certificates in your room. Slowly the ego comes. I am doing. And if I don't do this work, then the society will perish, because I am somebody. Again, your sattva is gone, tama entered, raja entered. Again you are back to the square one. Again you have to start the journey. So that is the reason why we study Scripture every week. We are sitting and then discussing all this. Why it is? For our own benefit. Every time we have to go on reminding us, be careful, be careful, be careful. So there was one of our Swamiji, Ramakrishna Mission Swami is a very jovial type. So he used to ask others, hey, why you are wearing this type of dress? Then sometimes the new, they won't understand, why Swamiji, we are sannyasins. Oh, you are sannyasin. Remember that you are a sannyasin. He used to say like that. And I heard, and no one asked me in that way, addressed me in that way. So I heard in the, particularly Uttarakhand, in that Himalaya, where the Swamis, they live the austerity, austere life. When they meet each other, they will be addressing in this way or reminding, we can say, Drishti saaf hai, in Hindi they will ask. Prabhu ji, drishti saaf hai. Mahatma ji, drishti saaf hai. In Hindi, ji means respect. Sir, honored sir, like that, ji. And Prabhu ji, sometimes the Vaishnavas, they will say Prabhu. And others, they will say Mahatma. That your Atma is Mahan, your soul is great. So Mahatma. So they will ask, drishti saaf hai? That means whether your eyes are now clear, can you see everything clearly? No, actually, he is meaning that you are the soul, you are the pure soul. Do you remember that? Or you are thinking you are a human being, oh, they are not liking me, oh, they are liking me. I am happy when they are liking, I am unhappy when they are not liking. That means your drishti, that means your sight, that means your understanding is not clear. So Mahatma ji, drishti saaf hai, they used to say. So that is the way they are reminding each other. It's a unique thing. Every moment you have to go on reminding you that you are not the body-mind complex. You are the soul, completely pure, not attached to anything, and you don't want anything from anyone. By that way, if you go on remembering the name of God, constantly praying to God, purify your mind, because the taking of God, repeating the name of God, purifying your mind. The moment you are purifying your mind, you are completely free from all suffering. Why we suffer? Because we have a desire which we are not very much clear about. Sometimes some people, they do not know exactly what they want. And they think that, oh, I want to realize God. But actually they want attention. They want the other things, name and fame, and then all that. But they are superimposing that with the idea, oh, no, I am a monk, I am a nun, I am a holy person, like that. But underneath in the thought, that desire is there. So when that desire is not fulfilled, when the people are not recognizing them, they start suffering. That is the main thing, main problem. There's sometimes some people, they become very hypercritical. Why? Because they desire the attention, they are not getting it. Some other people are getting, they become angry, they start criticizing. This scripture is a mirror. So we can see our own self, our own mind when we study this. So Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he mentioned that everyone must work. Only one or two can renounce action. Only one or two can renounce action. Yajna, dana, tapa, karma, natajyam, karyamev tat. In the Bhagavad Gita, when the Arjuna was mentioning, the Krishna said, no, in my opinion, the opinion of the God, yajna, the doing good to others without expecting anything in return, yajna, dana, whatever you have earned, your hard-earned money or wealth, you are distributing among the others who need it, dana, and tapak karma. What is the tapak karma? The action that will purify your mind. One should not stop, never stop doing this. These three should continue. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna also mentioned only one or two among the millions and millions, because they have already overcome that. For them it is okay. Only one or two can renounce action. Rarely do you find a man who has developed pure sattva. Through disinterested action, sattva mixed with rajas gradually turns into pure sattva. This is the Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna giving in tablet, we can say, and his direct disciple, Swami Vivekananda, he urged us to work. And many of the Swamis, after some time, they say, oh no, I am old, I should not work. Oh no, this is, I should. Something one should do. At least something. There are so many varieties of work is there. So a little bit of things that if we do, that purifies our mind. Otherwise, we go on criticizing others and thinking that we are doing a lot of japa, actually wasting our time, because our mind is wandering different places. So instead, if we go and then help and in the work, that is good. So some things should be done. So it says that gradually it turned into pure sattva. Sorry. Through disinterested action, that means I don't want any result out of this. Sattva mixed with rajas. When we are disinterested in the action, that means the result we don't want, that is sattva. But action is there, so raja. The sattva mixed with raja, when it is gradually turns into pure sattva. So karma yoga. I have seen one great karma yogi of our order, the one Swami, who was the founder of our great, huge that hospital, Sheba Pratishthan. Many they know. It's a very famous hospital now in Calcutta, but he started it. But he was given that you are starting it because as a monk, he wanted to have a hospital where the childbirth should be there, because he saw the ladies are dying in those days, and that the ladies used to die at the time of childbirth. So he came to America, he learned it, and then he went back and wanted to implement that. Slowly, it has become a huge hospital. But he was there in that one room, and when he became really old, he transferred that to another new Swami and never interfered in his thought. As long as I was here, I have done in my own way. And next, he has come, it is he who will look after. If he is doing any mistake, it is up to him. Doing or improving, it is up to him. That is called karma yoga. Not interfering in anything, because I am not in this action. I did, but now I can withdraw. That's called pure sattva. No sooner does a man develop pure sattva, then he realizes God through his grace. Ordinary people cannot understand pure sattva. So this is what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna said. Friends, what we learned today, that we have to develop pure sattva guna, and that is possible when we really use our energy, our experiences, our intellect, all our qualities for the development of the human society. But in exchange, we want nothing but the blessings of God. Let that pure Sattva comes to us by the grace of God is my prayer. Now thank you very much. Next Wednesday again we will study from here.
Shamir Babu is asking, how can one realize that he or she has the blessing from the Almighty?
Realizing means, Shamir Babu, that realizing means when you feel that you must help others, when you feel the pain of the others, and that is the Sattva guna. Otherwise, you will enjoy. When others are suffering, many people they enjoy. So we are not suffering, they are suffering. That is the tamaguni or the rajaguna. Sattva always connected with the others main. So when they are happy, I am also happy. When they are suffering, I am also suffering. So this is the way the Sattva guna, when it develops, you can feel there is a great joy within you and fearlessness within you because you know I don't want anything but God. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Devjani is asking, is there anything good in Rajaguna?
Of course, Rajaguna is very good. Why? The Rajaguna is the force that will help us to reach to Sattva. If the Raja is not there, then we cannot move at all. Then one boy, he came to Swami Vivekananda and he told that, Sir, I like to be a monk like you. Swamiji said, okay, but do you know how to tell lies? No, I don't tell lies. Well, go and first learn how to tell lies, then come back. So he was taken aback. What is it? I have come to become a monk and he's asking me to tell lies. He was such a jada buddhi, as we call, as a dumb type of person. Even to tell a lie, you need the intellect. You know how to put that lie in such a way to convince the other that it is truth. He was not having that intellect. That's why Swamiji said in that sarcastically, but you need all those good qualities and it comes from the Raja. The Raja is that way good. But if we are carried away by the Raja, only ego, ego and ego, then you slowly go down to Tama, which will make you a devil. So try to go upward towards Sattva with the help of the Raja. Thank you. Okay, friends, thank you. And let us chant this mantra and we conclude. Niranjanam nityam anantarupam bhaktanukampa dhrita vigraham vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namama. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.